next speakers have said. Let's start with Mrs. What just has said so far.
It's very encouraging that we still have young people who, actually take the time to think about these things. And just like the others have said, I want to really congratulate the organizers of this show. This is a wonderful job that you're doing. Getting people to think about things that they should be thinking about, because the benefits are such that every one of us sitting here and people who aren't here will benefit from. Values, like they've all said, and I'm happy to see that they actually understand what they are. A set of ideals that guide our actions and interactions with each other. And it is clear that a couple of us have the right values, some of us do not have the right values, and that the people who should actually be responsible for making sure that we have the values we should have, I would say fall into 4 groups: parents, teachers, in which case I would even say parents, and then the rest of the society, education in particular. I've also observed that most of the time, children who are from good homes, children who are well brought up, actually go to school and end up hanging out with other decent children. It just happens that way. It's actually once in a while that you find a situation where a child who was brought up to read, be honest, do this, do that, actually ends up with the wrong crowd. Most of the time they end up with the right kind of people. The only other angle would be what you would say about peer pressure, in which case the kind of influence the people who are about your age have on you. And just like one of the student speakers said, you find out that this influence can actually be positive or negative. Because if you're an average student, for instance, and you're moving with a set of students who like to read, you find out that, this person made 80 in a test, you want to make 100. So you start trying to up it and move it from there. And then as far as society is concerned, I'm sure every one of us here, if not, almost every one of us here, when you get back home, people talk about different programs on different cable networks. We hardly even watch our own local networks. And what it means is that we're exposed so much to cultures, traditions that are actually not like our own. And at the end of the day, it begins to actually affect our values.
Alright, let's put a round of applause for her, please. Now we'll go to Mr. Patrick.
First of all, just like Madam here, let me appreciate and congratulate the organizers of this program. I think it's worthy of commendation. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. May the Lord bless you. To your question, values. I would say values reflect a person's behavior and attitude. Your values define who you are as a person. Your values set out your personality, because your value is like your habit. That's what you do when you wake up. The statistics show that 90% of what we do every day is a result of our habits, which is a product of our values. Okay, so your values to a very large extent, like the children have said here, has a way of fashioning and molding your person, and of course your influence on society, negative or positive. Now, about parents having a role or being influential in certain values. Yes, probably even from the infant age as you grow up, because that's when those things begin to form, really, habits begin to change. Lately, we watch a lot of television, a lot of cartoon programs from childhood, and it graduates to Disney World, it graduates to Hannah Montana, and all those kind of programs that we all crave for. So it's a progression, if you want me to say, of different things that we take from foreign cultures. So yes, I think parents have a lot to do in terms of influencing our children on the kinds of values they eventually pick up and live with.
Platform, please.
Nobody's self-made. We are products of influence. Yeah. So, but the thing is that you have the right to decide where you want to go. It stems from your ability to understand where you're coming from. I have a problem with teenagers who you have someone who does not know where he's coming from. Someone says, I was born in Abuja and I can't speak my language. You have lost it, So while we were seated there waiting for the program to kick off, A song came out by Justin Bieber, and all of them were shouting, baby, 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 and I'm like, okay, fine, yeah, that's cool. Now, the thing is, Justin Bieber is a teenager, right? He's a teenager, but you see, singing baby cannot make you be like Justin Bieber. It's not just possible.
Have you heard?
You know, some of our age mates that followed Michael Jackson, who also started like Justin Bieber, they have not ended well. So, of course, Jackson is dead and he's lost his nose. You know how he was looking before he died. So, the thing is, it's up to you to decide who you want to follow. It's all about focus. If you want to be a doctor, ask yourself, what do doctors do? What do I need to do to become a doctor? If you find it, follow it. You don't have to be distracted by anything. If you want to be a media person, you want to be a journalist, find a journalist and ask him. I don't have a problem with Baba Umaru liking money. We have billionaires. We need people who think big, people who can write off the debts of nations and all that. But the thing is, you have to first of all ask yourself, what made a Dangote that I want to be like? So if you find out that the guy was hungry for 2 weeks at one time, are you ready to be hungry for 2 weeks? You can't want to be like a Dangote and you sack, and what you want to achieve in the next 2 years is to wear human hair. It's not possible.
First of all, I would like to say that it's easy to say that